I'm Robin Baer with KC SourceLink and Missouri SourceLink. We help thousands of entrepreneurs each year through our hotline and our email. Marketing is one of the top needs we see from our entrepreneurs. If you have any additional questions, feel free to give us a call after GEW. Immediately following this session, please join us in the exchange session to learn from others, share what your next steps are, and connect with other attendees. And now, I am so excited to introduce Janae Gammon to present Marketing and Social Media in 2020 for Founders. Take it away, Janae.
Thanks, Robin. Are we good? Okay, thanks, Robin. Like Robin said, I'm Janae. I'm CEO of The Market Base, and we are a technology software that provides on-demand marketing teams for founders, entrepreneurs, and small businesses. And from that experience, I know many emerging entrepreneurs understand one thing, that they need to build a brand. A business is much more than the goods and services that you provide. Your business is your relationship to customers, your reputation in the marketplace. It's what people think of when they think of your company. All of that is what equals a brand. And the problem is, while many people understand what a brand is, they don't really understand how to build one themselves, and most importantly, how to market it online. Some of you may be craving ocean spray right now. Why? Because you watched probably one of the most successful commercials of all time, and you probably didn't even realize it. If you don't know what I'm referring to, there's a challenge which was born by accident after Nathan Apodaca, I hope I said that right, posted a TikTok video of himself casually just riding down the street on his skateboard, drinking ocean spray, and jamming to Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Great song. The video exploded. It went viral. It captured hundreds of millions of views. And whether or not ocean spray intended for it to happen, which they didn't, it proves that regular people are the best marketers of all time. They can literally push a brand forward if they put their minds to it. And even if they don't, which is more exciting to me, because that means regular people can control the fate of a brand without even realizing it. And what does that mean for the future of advertising and social media for you? Honestly, the real question is, why did this type of content make such a large impact on sales for ocean spray? And it's really simple. Marketing works. People are very, very naive of how marketing and awareness actually works. Millions upon millions of people saw that video, which means tens of thousands of people got, oh man, I like ocean spray, or why did I stop drinking ocean spray? Or, in their minds, they may have thought, I'm just gonna go get some ocean spray because there's a challenge in this creator culture that's going on, and this is trending, so let me copy that. There's just a strong sense of creativity and creation going on in the social media world right now. So how would you, as a brand, recreate the ocean spray moment that forces people to go out, get your product, and also make content with it, market it for you? And one of the obvious emerging strategies that has been used year after year, and this is for the 30 and up crowd watching that, wasn't streaming on Netflix, that actually had to watch the commercials on their favorite shows, the Smirnoff Ice, the icing challenge. It was probably about a decade ago, but it's a great example because there was this big trend called icing that forced you to buy Smirnoff Ice. It exploded their sales. And if I'm a brand right now, I would try to create something, some challenge on social media that makes people buy my brand. And, I know you're thinking, all right, Janae, I'm a new business. I have no followers. How can I create a challenge and connect? And honestly, if you're thinking this way, you've already lost, because the internet, social media is such a huge opportunity to explode your brand or 10 times your revenue or your community in a short time. You don't have to do much but set up a profile. So now you're saying, all right, cool, Janae, I'll set up a profile. Now, how do I do everything that you're saying without just replicating what other brands are doing in my industry? Or better yet, how do I set myself apart from large brands who are already doing this and already have people's attention? And I, I, I'm totally for being a copycat in a sense. I think that an insight was created from this Ocean Spray moment, and of course, the brands that go, literally, AKA Tropicana. I'm Tropicana orange juice, and I'm going to try to get an influencer to ride a bike and drink Tropicana like Ocean Spray. Yeah, of course, that failed. But however, to be frank, I think if they had put it out in a way that they were making fun of themselves, or maybe even executing in a way where they were poking fun at Ocean Spray, it would have been successful. So there's always a way to spin this for your brand. And then on the flip side, how do you make the video or find the influencers to create very authentic things that are still lighthearted? I don't want to confuse you, because I feel like one of the largest reasons that this video worked and went viral is because we are in America grasping for simplicity and ease right now. It's a very contentious time. It's the same reason that shows like Emily in Paris did so well on Netflix, because we all right now just need something soft to escape to. So one of the things that I will always encourage for smaller brands is to find a partner with larger brands or distribution channels. It is literally how I got the market base up and running in a matter of 1 or 2 months. If you're trying to sell something, whether it's a service or a product, I cannot push the culture of DMing influencers harder. Influencers that you think represent your brand properly or have large audiences, start asking them what they want in exchange for a post about your B2B SaaS product or your new app or whatever your product or solution is. Influencers are super underpriced, and they can also be potentially super overpriced. But not allocating a couple of $100 or a couple thousand or even $10,000, depending on the size of your business, into that funnel is a huge missed opportunity. That being said, it's important to keep in mind that focusing on account size versus conversions will actually cost you more than paying that $300 to $500 on a billboard in the middle of nowhere. And I want to expound on that a little bit. So just because someone has 800,000 Instagram followers and another person has 40,000, they both want $1,000. It doesn't mean that the math is simple. And I'm still surprised at how many people don't get that. How many people will never ask an influencer for their analytics? They think that the 800,000 account is the better deal. Actually, maybe I do understand, because honestly, it makes sense. The math is really freaking clear, but a good marketer will tell you that conversion rates will always matter more, all right? That engagement will always matter more. So whatever the strategy, what it comes down to is your eyes and ears. It's about where the customer's attention is. I don't care about Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, any of the platforms. Things are always going to come along in our world, whether it's radio, television, internet, social media. Things come along and they're built for people. Then marketers, much like myself, maybe even you, notice that people's attention is there. So if you, as a business owner, are not there where the attention is, if you're not nurturing that attention, and I'm not with posting and content, but with your products, aka your solution, if you're not playing properly within that realm, you're going to lose. When people were listening to radio, marketers realized, okay, people are paying attention to the radio. They thought, hey, why don't I stop what they're listening to and sell them this beer? They're baseball fans. Let me sell them this beer by telling them that we make the best beer ever. Interrupt their game and take their attention. This is the same exact process you should be using now. Nothing has changed. It's gone on. It's worked. It has just evolved. I mean, you could probably go back to the prehistoric age and see it. You know, there's a cave. You use it because you don't want to get eaten by a dinosaur. Then some dude wants to sell you a new club to protect yourself. He might draw some markings in your cave in order to sell it to you. So while your attention was there in your cave, staying away from dinosaurs, you think, okay, maybe I need this club. You know, there's always an opportunity to take advantage of the new spaces that create attention. So wherever there are people paying attention to something, marketers are going to take advantage of it because it's underpriced. If you're familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, then you're familiar that that is one of the things that he preaches over and over and over, underpriced attention. Okay, so I haven't even really gotten to what this talk is about. So if you haven't already, grab a pen, a paper, cell phone, notes app, voice memo, record, whatever it is that you use to take in information and reference it later. I think this is probably the most important part of this talk. Social media for founders in 2020 and beyond. The title of this talk, the subject, why you're here. And I know you're thinking, okay, Jay, I got it. Just be where the attention is. And that's super macro. You're really here because you want to know the big three, which is what to post, when to post, and where to post, you know, right? So here's the secret. Here's the lever, the juice, the blueprint to using social media to 10 times your community or your revenue or scale your business, whatever your goal is. But before I say that though, I want to say that the reason I run the market base the way that I do, the reason that I'm actually the one collaborating on strategies, working with content creators, social media managers, is because I want to be in the dirt. When you're in the dirt, you know exactly what's going on. If you're in the clouds, you're in the ivory tower, you just don't. I stay in the dirt, which allows me to deliver the tactical advice that actually built me to become, you know, the CEO of a marketing software, the platform building on through emails, websites, Google search, YouTube, Facebook. It's all 100% happening right now on LinkedIn and TikTok. You have to be in the dirt, and the only way to know things like that and keep track is to be visible and be in the dirt. So you could have no profile on any of these accounts that I just mentioned. Later write an article on LinkedIn, no more than 4 sentences, 5 sentences that bring value. Not doing a speaking engagement like GEW or a networking event for your business. And by the time you wake up the next morning, complete strangers have now heard of you. For example, my mom on LinkedIn posted her retirement photo. By the next day, 10,000 people had liked it. Obviously, there is not 10,000 people in her network, right? So the next day, strangers have heard of you from a simple post. Half of them agree with you. You intrigue 1 or 2 of them. You get a message, and this happens every day because you're posting what works every single day. You're visible. You know, the best entrepreneurs, business owners, founders have mastered how to run a company with a microscope in one hand and a telescope in the other. You know, everything that I've said today is all microscope. The telescope is to understand that the reality is, and what I want you to take away from this is, if you hear nothing else, we are in the early stages of social media's decline. And you honestly really should be focused on gathering the first party data, like your end users or your customer's phone number or email, so that you specifically can talk to them directly. You could have 10 million followers on Instagram, but when you hit post, a small fraction of those will actually see it. And we can't be crybabies about it. We can't get mad that organic reach is down or the infamous algorithm, because social media is underpriced. I mean, it's free, actually. You know, Instagram does not charge you. YouTube does not charge you. Television, print, radio, billboards, they charge you. But social media is free advertising. And your posting strategy should be about providing a value that elicits the information of your customer. Not selling, not gaining a follower, but collection. The most valuable transaction between you and your customer won't always be money, but information, an email, a phone number. Business owners, big and small, are just as aware as you that social media is free. Social media is super saturated, no matter the channel. And I started this talk talking about the ocean spray video that went viral. If you're just joining, that was last month. It's gone just that quickly. Nobody, it lasted maybe a week. And this will be how the next decade of communication goes. It will be literal warfare to get seen. And we'll start to separate as organizations and people on social media and transition to the haves versus the have-nots. It's going to be all about culture and creating content and showing your food and travel blogs. It's not going to be about you selling your product, selling your pants that you've invented or this proprietary product. So many of you, because of that, over the next years, will either fire or restructure your businesses and pay thousands to bring in, writers, videographers, cinematographers. Sorry, because when I call my cinematographer a videographer, he gets so upset. Designers, cartoonists, it's that animators. I don't know. I don't want to call anybody something. Just to make sure that your content stands out online. And I'm a creative. I love a good aesthetic. It's literally what I live for when I get on Instagram. But slowly but surely, you'll understand what I mean when I say it's important to get your customer to a place where they can only see you. We all have social media templates that match. We all have branded content. Those things just don't set you apart anymore. I don't care how pretty your website is. I don't care how pretty your feed is. When I scroll, it does not set you apart because millions of other feeds come across my timeline and I see the same exact thing. So like I said, it's communication warfare. Instead of that team to make you look pretty, bring in math-oriented individuals or data and growth analysts that understand how to navigate organic and paid distribution in whatever the current social media is or what it will be. So whether all of today's social media platforms are there or none of them are there, next year, you should care less. Honestly, it changes so much, I can't even keep up. I got online yesterday and I found out that Instagram is going to be releasing yet another way to post. And it's very similar to Twitter, the 180 characters. And then I get on Twitter this morning and there's stories at the top of my feed. So things are going to change every day, every month, every year. It's impossible to keep up with that and keep changing your strategy. The strategy should always be that I need to collect information from my customer. Right now, your greatest concern should not be what you think is the big three, which is what to post, when to post, where to post, but instead finding where the attention is, then your customer, and finally how to connect and collect. I'm going to end it right there because honestly, I could talk for 2 hours and I have no idea what my time is. And I want to make sure that I'm able to have a conversation with you guys and answer any questions that you may have. If I don't know the answer, I will most definitely find it. So, standing by for questions now. Oh, okay, good. Great. We can have some long conversations. We have almost 10 minutes left. I see, I'm pulling up the chat now to see what we have. Feel free to just type in the chat anything. I really want to see what people think about Twitter stories. I forgot what they've named them, but literally just Instagram, which we now know is like, what, 5 different platforms in itself: IG, TV, live, stories, posting, and now reels. I see a question from Randy. What do you suggest for local service-based businesses? I'm assuming, Randy, that you're asking about marketing and social media for local businesses. Um, so when you're local and your audience is only local, there are so many other platforms that you can use outside social media. I really feel like social media for you would be used to maintain presence, maybe post some, and I don't know what type of business you have, but just to maintain some type of presence. I wouldn't even get too caught up on being on every platform. Like I said, Instagram is 5 different platforms. So if you're not ready to dedicate yourself to posting and maintaining 5 platforms, then I don't even think Instagram is the way to go, probably Facebook. The radio billboard thing that I mentioned is always a great start. I think you should have a great marketing mix. And also, and I know COVID, but just networking, letting people see your face. Because locally, when people see my face, they've started to associate it with the market base here in Kansas City, right? And if I was only local, that would be a great thing. When they see me, they know what I do. So when they think about something that I'm doing that they need, they're going to think of my face, right? They're going to think of my business. I hope that answered your question. Cheryl said, what companies do you recommend for effective social media marketing? The market base. You know, I don't have a lot of recommendations for companies because it's case by case. Just I recommended my company, of course. Humble brag. I think we're really great as far as social media. I also think that we're not a fit for everyone. And when you're exploring companies, you have to really think about what your goals are and find someone where that's their jam. If IGTV is going to be your thing, then you need to find someone who has proven results. Remember those analytics, proven results, who is a beast at IGTV, because that's the company you want to go with. I always feel kind of iffy when a company says they do it all and they're an expert at it all, because there's no way. There's just no way. Run from those companies, as a matter of fact. Shannon, how on earth do solopreneurs keep on track with all of these social media postings when it's just one person running the show right now? I get this question a lot, and my answer is always to create one piece of long form content. So for instance, I will use Global Entrepreneurship Week. That is the subject, and I'm sure KC SourceLink, that has been on their marketing, social media marketing, content calendar forever. They're focused on this. So they have social media posts, they have blogs. I probably receive 10 emails a day from David. And they've used, if they were to use a video that advertised it, they could pull from that. They could pull speakers from last year. The long form content, because this is an annual event, from last year's event would have been super simple to create 100 pieces of content on every platform, all from one little recording, right? So if, for instance, you have a dog grooming business and you have a video, a long form professional video, maybe it's 5 minutes long, of you going through an entire grooming session from drop off to when the dog mom or dad picks them up and is so excited and so happy and they leave a review. Pulling from that 30 seconds here, posting it on Instagram of you washing the dog with a cute little post, 50% off for wash and groom. I'm also going to post this on Facebook. I'm going to run a promo over here. I'm going to do this. Then on LinkedIn, I'm going to present myself as the business owner. And now I've created a month's worth of content based on this one video of me washing a dog, right? And it's really that simple. Hope that answered your question, Shannon. If not, email me or write in the chat. Julian says, Julian here, what are some tips you can give business owners who may feel discouraged about working on social media. My tip with that is operate in the space that you feel comfortable. If you're comfortable doing audio recordings, that is where you should be. I never want to see business owners look at what everyone else is doing. This person is doing YouTube, this person is doing podcasts, this person is posting every day, this person goes live every day. So that's what I'm going to do, but you're not comfortable on camera. We can all see that. We can all, read through the BS, and it's not authentic because you're uncomfortable. So if video is what you do, I mean, every platform right now accepts video. Make a video, post it everywhere. If just posting graphics, or you hire someone on Upwork or the marketplace, get a graphic designer, have them create graphics and you just post them. It is always my recommendation to have a team if you're not an expert at something. If you can't make graphics in Canva, if you just feel like this doesn't represent my brand, partner up with a designer. It doesn't always have to be paid. Barter your service in return for increasing their portfolio, whatever. Find an intern at, the university who's in graphic design, who's looking for some experience. There are so many ways to be innovative and grab some team members that are expert at what you need. Don't be discouraged is my number one tip. There's nothing to be discouraged about. It can be super intimidating if you're not used to being on social media, but like I said, operate in the space that you're used to. COVID has made it kind of impossible to go to networking events and pass out business cards and do the whole traditional marketing advertising thing for yourself. But once you get that great client, start working off affiliate marketing. So if I pay you $1,000 and I love what you've done for me, ask me to write a review, ask me to tell a friend, give me some type of incentive to spread the word about you. Therefore, you don't have to do anything. Influencers, okay? If you don't want to do social media, get somebody who does and have them advertise for you. I hope that helped you, Julian. 3 minutes left. Let's try to get through these questions. I don't know how to say your name. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just going to say D. Are Facebook pixels a must-have on your website? Yes. Yes. If we're going to be serious about marketing and social media, in order to keep doing what works or to change what's not working, you need the data. That pixel is going to give you the data. I don't know if you're running ads. I know a lot of softwares that we use, our website hosting will give us the numbers. Our email marketing services will give us the opens and this rate and that rate conversion, who's looking. But Facebook Pixel, Facebook has made it super easy to get your business out there, whether you want paid distribution or organic distribution. And that Facebook Pixel operates in both realms. So it is very, very good to have that installed. I'm getting my 2-minute warning, sorry. I'm gonna move to the next question. Adria, any favorite social media platform for young adult? I'm not even gonna finish reading it. TikTok. TikTok, like I said, is where you should be. And you can be super good with making a 30-second TikTok video and posting it on IG, under Reels, posting it on Facebook, posting it on your stories, and that can push people everywhere, wherever you want them to be. All right, I would go watch some TikToks right now, download the app, see what people are doing business-wise. My TikTok's pretty boring because I just follow investors and learn about stocks and stuff like that. But yes, TikTok for the young crowd. That is it for me, guys. I really, really appreciate you coming on, listening to what I have to say, engaging with me and asking excellent questions. If you have more questions, you can find me everywhere. LinkedIn, I will definitely answer them. Like I said, if I don't know the answer, I will find an expert who does and connect you, or just get the answer from him or her. All right, this concludes my talk. Thanks for coming.